So this raises the question of what it means to really know something in a philosophical sense. The traditional definition of knowledge is that it is a justified true belief. Not that there are three different components there. So you have knowledge that this is a cat if you believe it is a cat, and also in fact a cat which corresponds to reality and therefore it's true. And finally, you can be said to have knowledge about this cat if you have some sort of legitimate evidence to support your belief. Justification is simply evidence or other support for your belief. Justification can come in variety of forms, most often through testimonies, just taking someone's word for it. Of course, not all testimony is strong and trustworthy, but if it comes from someone who is an expert on the topic in question, you might consider your testimony to be reliable. And the fact is, most of what you know about the world, you learn through testimony. You took your teacher's word for it when you were taught in school. And the same goes for every book you've read, every news report you've seen. They are all just forms of testimony which you accepted as a justification for your belief. And that means that justification can come is the first person observation. Edmund Gettier, an American philosopher in the 1960s, wrote a short but fabulously influential paper that turned the traditional understanding of knowledge upside down. He did it by proposing what came to be known as Gettier cases. Gettier cases are situations in which we can have justified true belief but not knowledge. Here is one of his original cases. Smith and Jones have both applied for the same job. The president of the company told Smith that Jones will get the job. This counts as evidence the president of the company will seem to be a reliable source of information. Meanwhile, Smith counts the coins in Jones' pocket and sees that Smith then forms a belief based on his first-person observational evidence of the coins as well as the testimony of the company's president. He comes to the belief that the person who gets the job has 10 coins in his pocket. But it turns out that the testimony of the president was false, and it just so happens, unbeknownst to Smith, that he has 10 coins in his pocket too. So Smith had the belief that the person who gets the job has 10 coins in his pocket. And that is justification because he counted the coins and the president told him Jones was getting the job. And his belief also turns out to be true. The person who gets the job has 10 coins in his pocket. However, neither pieces of justification actually pointed Smith to the right answer. The president's testimony was false, and the 10 coins that he saw were in Jones' pocket, not his. So it seemed Smith locked into being right.